everyone, welcome back to the Ryder Games YouTube channel. My name is Jamie and I'm back again today to do another How to Play for Gateway Island. Today we're going to be learning the 11th game in Gateway Island called Feaster Island. Feaster Island is a game for 2 to 4 players and will use the following mechanics: set collection and majority. So without further ado, let's learn how to play Feaster Island. Let's get started with setup. Feaster Island will use island card number 11. It will use the wooden cubes, the bag, the score track, and the 6-sided die. The first thing you're going to do is choose which side of the island card you want to use and place that side face up. There's different stats on each side, but that's primarily the main difference. We're going to use side A for this tutorial. Each player is then going to choose a color and place one of their cubes on the 0 space of the score track. For today's How to Play, we will set up using a 3-player game. Next, we're going to place 9 cubes in each of the 6 colors into the bag. Then we're going to give them a little shuffle. These are the dish cubes that represent the different dishes. Next, draw 6 random dish cubes from the bag and place one in the bottom of each table column, going from left to right. Randomly choose a first player and give them the die. And that's the setup. Feaster Island is played in a series of turns, starting with the first player and continuing clockwise until the end of the game is triggered. On your turn, you will roll the die and draw dish cubes at random from the bag equal to the die result. As an example, in this case, we're going to draw 5 dishes from the bag. Then you'll assign each dish cube to a different table column however you like. Let's do that. There we go. Lastly, you'll choose a table column and take all of the dishes in it, including the one you just placed. So let's take this one. Then your turn will end and play will pass to the next player on your left. I will mention the color of the dish cubes is not related to your player color on the score track. You can take dishes of any color. All dish cubes are public knowledge and not to be hidden. The game will end when a player is unable to draw the required amount of dishes from the bag, which would be equal to the die result. The leftover dish cubes are just discarded. Then each player, starting with the current player and going clockwise, may take one more table column of cubes. The remaining cubes on the island card will be just discarded. Then you'll calculate your score as follows. The player with the most dish cubes of a color scores points equal to the value shown on the island card. So let's set up a little example to show you what I mean. So if we were playing a 3-player game, and this is what I had at the end of the game, let's start with black cubes. I have 2, the player to my left has 1, and the player to my right has 3. So the player to my right has majority of black cubes, and they will score 9 points. That's the green player. 9 for green. Then let's score green. I have 1, The player to my left has 1, and the player to my right has 2. They will score 7 points. Then red. I have 2, the player to my left has 2, and the player to my right has none. What happens if we tie? Well, if there is a tie, nobody gets the points. So, bummer for both of us. Moving on to yellow, we each have 1 yellow cube, so none will be scored. To blue, we each have a blue cube, so none will be scored. And for white, I hold the majority, so I would get 10 points, and I'm the red player. The player with the least amount of dish cubes of a color loses points equal to the value shown on the island card. Uh-oh. You'll move that player's cube back on the score track accordingly. If there's a tie for the least amount, nobody loses points. So let's just look at that quickly again. This player has the least amount for black. They're already on 0, so they can't go beyond 0, but they would lose 9 points. The green player here has the least red cubes, so they're going to move back 6. The player with the highest score at the end of calculating all of your points is the winner. In case of a tie, the player with the most color majorities is going to be the winner. If still tied, the player with the majority of the most valuable dish will win. And that's Feaster Island. Now, if you enjoyed the game and all the mechanics that we've used, we'd love to recommend a few next step games for you to try. For Feaster Island, those games are Wreck Raiders from Kids Table Board Games and Roll For It from Calliope Games. Wreck Raiders uses a dice drafting worker placement system. You'll choose a die from the pool and send one of your divers to any spot on the board according to that number. But be warned, the spot you choose will help any diver in spots next to you, whether they're friendly or not. Will you risk letting a rival in on your haul to get the treasure that you want? Or can you find a way to grab yourself some extra loot? Roll For It is a casual, family-friendly dice and card game. Each player starts the game with 6 dice of a single color and 3 target cards laid in front of them on the table. Players take turns doing the following. Roll all of their dice, not already matching the targets on the corresponding cards, or they can choose to reclaim all of their dice from all cards. If the player fulfills the target with their dice, they claim the card, taking back their die. Each card is worth a certain number of points, and the first player to earn 40 points wins. So if you enjoyed Feaster Island, please feel free to check out Wreck Raiders from Kids Table Board Games or Roll For It from Calliope Games at your friendly local gaming store. And thank you so much for joining me today to learn Feaster Island from Gateway Island. If you're going to continue playing through Gateway Island and you'd like to learn how to play more of the games, I will make sure to leave the playlist in the description below. There's 21 different games, so there's lots for you to learn and explore. If you have any questions about Feaster Island, please feel free to leave those in the comments below and I'll get to them as soon as I possibly can. I'd also love to recommend that you join the Van Ryder Games Discord. We have a thriving community of board game lovers who would love to have you there. But that is everything for today. I will be back again next time with another Gateway Island How to Play, but until then, happy gaming and I'll see you soon. Bye!